Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody who may never see this. This is If Your Dog's Under Faust to If. Come back at you with some more Warhammer 40k. This is kind of odd because I thought I already recorded this. I did an update for the Tau army after a lot of deliberation because there's so many ways you can do combinations with them that are worth considering. That are good, but some just outshine others, but they're just, it depends on the matchup. There's so many combinations. It's beautiful. And I made this, and I'm surprised I never uploaded this. So I have two Tau armies that are going to be making it to the top 50 list. The Tau Flamer one, which is about flamer spam, fire, 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 fire. And then this one. This one is more traditional heavy. And it can fare better. So this fares better against anything that's T4 below. This fares better against anything that's T8 or below. So the T5, 6, 7, 8, this is more so what you want because you have 3 hammerhead gunships. I'm just going to go through the army list. Okay. So, you have a Tau Sakia, or Sakia, I don't know, Spearhead Detachment, 2K, 0 starting CP army list of 1 Commander Cold Star in Crisis Suit Armor with 2 shield drones, 1 Ethereal with 2 shield drones, 2 tactical 10-man drone squads or 10 drone squads with 9 marker drones and 1 shield drone each, 3 hammerhead gunships. I know the model here has the gun drones in it, but they're not gun drones. I'll go over what they have after this. Riptide with 2 shield missile drones and 1 6-unit of Crisis suits with additional 11 shield drones and 1 marker drone. So this is just a third of your army basically right here, just these guys. Now I've done this list in different ways. So these Crisis suits, the big bulkier firepower, has a 3-weapon split. They're all melta-ish, but because they're all different weapons, this gives you more options. And while yes, the fusion blaster is amazing, the thing is that's good about this is the cost. It keeps the cost down, which lo and behold lets you bring another entire basically gunship. These 2 tactical drone squads, they're just there to soak and be a distraction. Depending on what your opponent shoots, you can use that 1 shield drone to try to soak it or deny it, and everything else is just going to be usually the marker drones. But the marker drones are giving the +1 to hit for your Crisis suits, your hammerheads, and your riptide. So it's very good. You don't want to just toss those away willy-nilly. It is worth trying to have shots get soaked up by the shield drum, depending on what it is. Now, the riptide. The hammerhead, for the cost, kind of outperforms the riptide generally. But, hot dogs are coming back up to say hello to me, Jesus. Riptide's not terrible. It's T7, which sucks. But for the cost, I actually agree with that. It shouldn't be T8. And so, it's very good. That 4 ballistics, though, I don't like that. I think that should be not as it is. But that's the Tau. You know, that's how they are. Anyway, and it's got the 2 shield missile drones. Commander Cold Star is going to have 4 fusion blasters and Odegar Gauntlet. And that's going to be the relic, the world trait he's going to have, of course, is the, where's the bloody thing? Precision the Hunter. And then, yeah, that's gonna, he doesn't have, any kind of defensive shit. His defense is stim, the stim injectors. So hopefully he survives 1 round of combat, 1 to 2 rounds. So as long as you get good work, turn 2 to 3 with him, easy. If you get work with him on round 1 as well, also good. I meant rounds, I use that interchangeably. The Ethereal, because you have 1 Crisis Suit squad, you can buff him up. So you're going to give him, of course, the Humble Staff Relic. And that's going to be your 3 CP that you would have remaining, the 2 relics and the Warlord trait. And Warlord is going to be the Cold Star Commander. And so that's going to give you, on a 2-up, you're going to get these things to pop off. And then you're going to have... Does it not say? Oh, it doesn't say what he actually does for him? That's weird. He's going to have Zephyr's Grace. And I give him Wisdom of the Guides. I don't know about that. So, definitely Zephyr's Grace. Because you want to give the Crisis Suits -1 to be hit. But Sense of Stone, though, that is nice on a 5-up. But it's not going to matter for a while. And you can just straight up deep these guys. They could just come in if you really want, depending on the matchup. If you think that might be safer, you could just deep them. So I feel like this will give you more CP. It balances out starting with no CP. And it's overall better. Again, and then Wisdom of the Guides, on a 2-up, you're going to get it. So you're going to get, between 2 turns, you're going to get 3 CP. So you're not going to be hurting for CP at all. And I feel like that's going to be better than getting them the Feel No Pain. Because if you need to Feel No Pain for the first, like, 1 to 2 rounds, you got problems. And this should just have Sundering Firepower. Or, again, it's not even necessary. If you want to switch it out, switch it out. That's okay. I literally think both are good. It really depends on the matchup, or how CP hungry you think your list is going to be. I just like this because it gives more options, it feels like to me. And the other one might not be necessary, so this gives you a bit more offensiveness. It's really up in the air, though. But either way, definitely keep Zephyr's Grace. Now, the Hammerheads are going to each have 2 Secret Missiles, the Railgun, and then the double Accelerator Burst Cannons. Riptide is going to have the 2 Fusion Blasters with the Ion Accelerator, Missile Pod, and Riptide Fists. And then, of course, on the Riptide, you're going to give him the juicy Multi-Tracker, Target Lock, and Velocity Tracker. The others, I don't feel like are very necessary, so meh. Depending on if you change the list up, you could do other things, but I feel like this kind of works for me and how I like to play. And then the Crisis Suits. The Crisis Suits, you're going to have them have the Cyclonic Ion Blaster, the Fusion Blaster, and the Plasma Rifle. And they're each getting a shield generator as well. Furthermore, where's the Shaw's Ray? Shaw's Ray, I believe. Yeah, so they have the Sensory Negation countermeasures. So if people get in melee with them, you can get -1 to their melee as well. Because I believe the Ethereal one is just for shooting. Of course it doesn't say. Ethereal, Zephyr's Grace. Yeah, range attack. So that'll give them -1 to be hit in range and -1 to be hit in melee. They should be staying alive just fine. The thing that sucks about Tau is one, like the Crisis Suits and now the Hammerheads kind of just shine the army. They outshine a lot of other things. Is the marker drones, how they did marker lights, it's at the beginning. It's like it's either the beginning of your movement or your command phase. Either way, you're not able to move shit and then shoot marker lights, so it becomes a problema where you need to have crap exposed, which I don't like that. I take issue with that. That's another reason the Tau Flame Armory doesn't have to worry about shit, because yeah, and then all this, oh, they're really good at shooting, they just hit on a 4-up and then becomes a 3-up. That's still 50-50% and it gets better. With the marker lights, then they have good shooting, or good to great. I don't know, it's just weird. Overall, so if the Flamer Army would still do good, I feel like the Flamer Army might be superior. It's really up in the air. With all the current armies that are in the meta, if you go against Knights, then this army will crush it far more. I think this army is more typical Tau than the Flamer. But again, play what you will. The big weakness for this one is if you lose all those freaking marker drones and everything's on a 4-up instead of a 3-up. Furthermore, you're not going to be holding as many points. You have to move the gunships up, and lastly, they can't do actions. Well, it's not even lastly, just still more. And if your opponent has anything on dense, then you're going to be hit on 5-ups. Speaking of dense, this is Cicada Sept. I almost say like cicada. Cicada. Each time a ranged attack targets a vehicle with this tenet, if it's 18 inches away, they get dense cover. So round 1, possibly into round 2, all of your vehicles and your fucking Riptide, we're gonna be getting dense cover. He should have dense cover for round 1. Round 2 is debatable because that means you have 2 out of 5 rounds not getting your fusion blasters in. But you know, if you're getting the other shots in and he's just like harassing, that's totally fine. But definitely you want him within range on round 3. But then each time range attack targets an infantry unit with this tenant, if it's more than 12 inches away, they get dense cover. So they get another -1. That's for these guys. So you'd be like, oh, well then what's the point of this? Well, if your opponent has anything to get +1s, there you go. Furthermore, this is for the early round. This is for the later round. Now, this was really odd to come to this conclusion because I don't... Honestly, if you want another sept, there's other septs that bloody work. Yeah, it's just... I take issue with so much other things here. Honestly, the only other thing besides Sakea would be the Borkon sept. But that's iffy. Because... yeah, it's just realistically not going to do anything. So I'd say Sakea or go custom. Or technically, again, you could take Ethereal and you can take away his -1 for range and just give it to the Feel No Pain as well. That's another combination you could do. It's just that this works again in when they're engagement range against pistols. If they're close range, if they're 12 inches and they're not getting it, but now they still do. Overall, I just want them because they're your main fighting force to just be protected as much as freaking possible. My only caveat is, again, I have Wisdom of the Guides to get you more CP instead of the 5-up Feel No Pain. But the thing is, 5-up Feel No Pain works, I believe, just for these guys. It will not work for the drones. Sense of Stone. A core model. But the drones are not core models. So they're not going to get the, unfortunately, the Feel No Pain. Yeah, thought so. Thus the issue. So, you're going to be going through all this anyway. I don't know. I don't know. Overall, I think this might be more competitive. Or at least it's more traditional Tau. In the way that, the fact that these guys have mixed weapons, so they can do different things. And you have all the marker lights firing all over the place. Drones. But I still like the Flamer. But I don't know which one's going to end up placing higher. Without further ado, I've droned on long enough. Like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. Feel free to comment down below. It always makes my day when I have good-natured, constructive comments, etc. Or if you have any advice or channel requests, etc., put that in below as well. Take care, and I don't know, game on, gamers.